Hello there, listeners. Here is Maya speaking. Today is December 7, and I'm sitting in a forest a few kilometers away from my home in Klil, northern Israel, northern Western Israel. Interesting day to walk in the forest. It's, I think, one of the first weekends for the ceasefire time. I've been mentioning in the end of the preview episode that Israel and Hezbollah signed a ceasefire deal. Probably you were aware of this, and kind of a, I don't know. It's a weird situation to be in. You know, there is like a ceasefire. What does it mean? It means that they don't shoot for now, do they? I did heard shooting gun sounds from the direction of the border, and a few days ago I did heard stuff that sounds like bombs. Plus, there was an official bomb shooting upon Israel and back into Lebanon. So, what does it mean, the ceasefire? Well, it's much more quiet, I can tell you that. Only a little amount of bomb I heard since it start and since the ceasefire start, and generally it's quite quiet. Not much bombs and not much helicopters and stuff. But for how long? Who knows? It's not peace. It's not something that is. It's you don't know. It can break in every moment. So it's kind of like a tense quiet, I'll say. So I've been walking in the forest today. I went on a hike and I saw, I think I count at least like 3 bomb shades in the forest, like pieces of metals that fell out of bombs that probably exploded there. So it's like you go in the forest and everything seems normal, but there are like pieces of bomb throw all over the place. Yeah, and beside that, I saw many people hiking, which was interesting, like to go in and there is like people hiking like nothing happened. I don't know, weird. I also understood that all the educational system and everything in Israel went like back to normal, and I don't know, it seems quite extreme. Yeah, so that's this is how it's feel now here. This ceasefire thing. But I think if you look in a bigger perspective, in a higher perspective, you understand more. I saw. I'm looking at the news and I see now they don't write anything about the war in the north because supposedly there is no war in the north anymore. And in the south also in Gaza, it seems that it's going on a good direction for hostages deal and stopping the war eventually, finally. So now they talk much more about the war in Syria that is coming closer to Israel, and the inner war within Israel between the government and the court, between the coalition in the government and the court and all the civilian organization and everyone basically versus the government. Um, so the thought that I had in my mind that I wanted to share is that it's now after a year of being in the front line of a war, it seems to me that the violence is not stopped in any way. It just it's moved from Israel, Lebanon to Syria. It's moved from Israel versus its enemy to inner battle within Israel. It's moved. The violent energy is moving. It seems that calming it down, breaking the violent energy, breaking the violent energy is absurd, but like releasing or stopping or I don't know, getting rid of the violent energy. It seems like like an issue that is bigger than just stopping a specific violent scenario. It seems that violent have the quality of moving from place to place. So yeah, what can I say? It seems that maybe the title is still right for this podcast. Still a war zone, just on a bigger scale. Still war in Syria, still war in Gaza, still war in Israel, still war within the Palestinian territory since 67, since 48, since World War II, since World War I, since it's going back, far, far, far. And if you look at the movement of the violent energy around the world, you see it's going anywhere. So yeah, life in a war zone, huh? And this is why I'm speaking English. It's not local. It's not stable in one place. It's a problem of the entire humanity. And yeah, perhaps that's might going to be a conclosure episode for this podcast. Could be. So yeah, I think. Well, if you're interested of knowing more, you can go back to the preview episode. But I think for maybe like a final conclusion, a final message, I'll say the reason that I'm speaking English is that violence in Israel concerned everyone around the world. We are all connected. We are all connected in a network as one living tissue. And if there is violence somewhere in this network of humans, it's affect everyone. Not only affect everyone, but the center of it can move around or getting bigger or smaller. So yeah, I'm encourage you all to care to prevent and release violence from everywhere that it's appearing. Reject violence as nations, as private people, as groups, as a network. Let's reject violence. That's my call. Thank you, listeners, for listening. Bless us all. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Here from the forest around my village in northern western Israel, December 7. Bless us all.